Well, you can move over to this side.
Just makes it hard.
Well, is it easier looking at me?
No. I started writing this a couple of months ago. Kept throwing away. Kept throwing away everything that I started with. Because I wanted to do something really nice for my mom. Anyway, I'm just going to try to read this and see how it goes.
Just making sure. Any else need them?
Might help if I have page 1.
It does help if you start at the beginning.
So, to try to put into words what I'm feeling right now is pretty difficult. But I try to keep inside. It isn't always possible when I'm alone. I've been that person when I'm alone in my car driving on the highway, chilling angrily as loud as I can. I've stopped in my tracks as I'm walking across the room and just started crying when I think about the reality. I've fallen asleep on a wet pillow quite a few times in the last year. But I've woken up a number of times feeling full of life and ready to start the day over. I've gone through all the emotions that we all go through. So for me to admit that there's not some emptiness inside of me that wasn't there before, something I just can't do. This is the part of life that none of us like to go through, but it's part of the circle. Knowing this day was coming, it didn't make it any easier. People have asked me, but it didn't. It's been daily punches and kicks. But with that being said, we're here today for remembrance, to pass on stories, and share and honor the memories of the woman that I'm proud to have called and will always call my mom. Mom's dash was a journey that lasted 76 years, beginning on September 7th, 1940, when Alice Rose Fullerton was born, the daughter to my grandparents, Arthur Park and Evelyn Rose. She was born the sister of David William. On February 7th, 1958, she married and became the wife of my father. Mom gave me 3 siblings. My sister Debbie, December 1958. My brother Dale, January 10th, 1960. And my sister Teresa on January 6th, 1962. Me, I came strumming along in November of 1969. On September 3rd, 1978, Mom was given a new name of Grandma. Just cherish that title. She was able to be called Grandma by 13 grandkids. But it didn't stop there. On November 20th, 1998, once again, Mom added another title of Great Grandma. I can tell you, the things that my mom loved to tell people about, she loved to tell people she was a mom, a wife, a grandma, and a great-grandma. When the time came for Mom to go to her next calling on December 23rd, 2016, she had 4 kids, 14 grandkids, and 1 great-grandkids. And though she didn't get a lot of time with them, she loved every one of them. Mom married Ron in 1989. They were married for 27 years. I was able to spend a few days with Mom after her surgery back in October. It was a few days with just the 2 of us. It was very special to me. Something that I'll look back on as one of my most valuable times on this journey that I'm on. We laughed, we cried, we talked. She was on the 6th floor of the hospital. It was nicknamed the Princess Tower, and she was the princess. Another title she enjoyed. And the people that worked there were amazing. They did a wonderful job in making her feel like she was that princess. There were times when we would just sit there staring out the window. For prosperity, I took a picture of it one day when I was sitting back on her, she was sitting. Every day in the days that I was there in Vancouver, we'd be looking out the window and we were trying to figure out where Mount St. Helens was. But of course, every day that I was there, it's Washington. It was cloudy and raining. On my way out of town, I stopped back by the hospital to see her. The clouds had lifted, and Ron had been there the night before and pointed out to her where Mount St. Helens was, and sure enough, we saw it. Coming up here today, I'm sure she would have been pretty happy to see just how bright out there and all the glory Mount St. Helens is today. There in the hospital, she amazed me. It was hard for me to believe it. She just had this surgery. Got in there, took stuff off of her brain, put her back together, and here she was. She was brave. She was strong. She was my hero. It was nice to have that time with Mom. I hadn't had it longer than I like to admit. It made me think about my younger years. Being the youngest of my siblings, I had an older brother and sisters to look out for me and take care of me, and we all shared Mom. Once they had grown up and moved out, I had Mom all to myself. I can remember when I hit 4th grade, Mom was working as a nurse's aide. And I knew what time she would get home, so I'd surprise her with having dinner made. I'm sure it wasn't anything that amazing, but she always seemed to enjoy it. I'd clear off the table, and when she'd come through the door after she put her stuff down, I'd dish up dinner and bring it to her. And some nights, I'd have a candle burning or something, just be nice. It always made her smile. We had 2 cookbooks. We had Betty Crocker, and we had Better Homes and Gardens. And I'm sure that together, Mom and I left a lot of stains all over those pages as she taught me how to make cookies and cakes, seafoam, divinity, all kinds of stuff. She was my teacher with that. back in August of 1977, when Mom gave me the news that Elvis had died. And we cried together with that one. I think we watched all the Elvis movies growing up in our house. Mom had quite the stack of Elvis records. She was also there for me when I broke my collarbone, chickenpox, German measles, comforting me when my dog was killed, all that fun stuff that moms do. Titled Caregiver. It was the first time I drove with my mom in the passenger seat. As I'm on my second round of teenagers going through the learning to commit stage, I'm thinking back on what I put my mom through on that. I know that she didn't particularly enjoy it all the time, but she didn't complain either. Once I got my learner's permit, I wanted to drive all over, and I'm sure Mom already had the title from previously, but she got the title of driving instructor. She had many titles over her journey. Truck driver with Ron, getting out, seeing a good chunk of this country. I remember one day coming home from work in Colorado, and there was a truck out in my driveway. And I was pretty excited about it. It must mean that my mom was there. And so I decided to surprise her, and rather than go in the house and say hi to her, I jumped up in the driver's seat, and Mom was in the passenger seat, and I fired it up. I drove right in front of the house, looking by to see if she was in the window looking out, hey, where's my truck going?
Was your back on the sleeper?
Yeah. Oh, no, she was in the house.
She was in the house? Okay. Here it is.
She had the title truck driver, RN, student, and so many others that she was proud of. The one that she earned without a doubt was hugger. She was the hugger of all huggers. I'm gonna miss those hugs. That's for sure.
Just come see me, I'll give them to you.
It's hard to think about Mom, much less talk about Mom in a past tense. She springs up all the time on me in voicemails that I can't delete, emails that I forgot about, the pictures that are all over. Not to mention the memories and dreams that comfort me. I know she's gone to the next phase of her journey. She's with Grandma and Grandpa. And if I know Mom, she hasn't stopped talking about her loved ones. And by now, she's probably found Elvis and gave him a hug too. I'd like to share a verse real quick too. It's Revelations 21:4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying. Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. I'd like to say that for everyone here, I'd like to say thank you for coming here today. Thank you for welcoming my mom and being there for her. She spoke so highly of this church and her brother and sisters here. She enjoyed coming here. When she was heartbroken, she wasn't able to make it back. I know if she was here today, she would tell everyone, thank you for your friendship, compassion, and being a part of her journey. And I think that we can also guarantee that there wouldn't be anyone in this room that wouldn't get a hug